no, my customer didn't tell me she's having roofing done. Well, I'm gonna work here today. I wish you would have let me know before driving out here. This is my favorite. Mocha high protein. Tastes so good. Makes my stomach feel real good too. Gives me lots of energy. Look at that. I had a little scare yesterday at the park. I never go in the evening, but for some reason I decided to take Lee there. We were way in the back, and I noticed a car pull up, Texas license plate. 4 big dudes get out, ripped jeans, scary, and 4 of them. So they start making their way back to me. Not fast, but kind of spread out and not looking at me. That's what bothered me. They wouldn't make eye contact with me. So something told me that this is not good, and I don't want to find out if it's going to be good. So, knowing the area, I decided to jump the creek, or wade through it, and go into the next subdivision, and then take the long way back to my truck. I just didn't want to take any chances, because of the way things have been going around here. A lot of crime. And I found out later from a customer, there was a huge drug bust in that park. That parking lot was filled up with cop cars. Maybe they thought I was a dealer. I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking for work today because that job was canceled. Roofers were there and she didn't tell me. I have a strategy for that. I try to do Monday's yards on a Friday. I'll call them up and say, do you want your yard cut before the weekend? I just drove by and it looks kind of rough. Of course I didn't drive by, but doing it this long, I know how it looks. And most of the time they go for it. And this man went for it, so that's what I have going right now. Just going to get this smoothie down and do that. I'm determined to get some new customers. Tired of these games, waiting for the phone to ring and getting dropped and not knowing that I'm dropped. I'm sitting here looking at this field, and it reminds me of a very dumb thing I did as a kid. We had bows and arrows. We shot them straight up in the air, and then put our arms over our heads, closed our eyes, and hoped for the best. One of the arrows whizzed by my ear. I could almost hear the sound. Whoosh! Landed right by my foot. How dumb was that? What have you done as a kid that could have killed you like that? While I'm at it, here's a few more idiotic things we did. They had this girl on a 10-speed. She'd always ride around the neighborhood. So we figured we'd get some fishing line and string it up between the light poles. That was just plain mean, man. It caught her across the neck and took her off her bike, but she chased us, didn't catch us. She knew where we lived, but I don't know, back then people would do stuff like that to each other and just brush it off. Okay, you got me. Even though it was kind of serious. I mean, we were doing it in our front yard. She never knocked on the door and told my mother or anything. That was the end of it. We'd hang around at the park a lot and found these empty tennis cans. Tennis ball cans. And we're thinking, what can we do with this? So we peed in the can. Peed in the tennis can. lean it up on somebody's door, and knock on the door and run. So when they open the door, a tennis ball can full of pee falls in their house. We even called the guy who had the best reaction, we called him Pee Man. And with those tennis cans, we could have hurt somebody with this one. Filled them up with pebbles. And we hit a truck dead on. Right on the driver's side. Right where the window meets the metal. And he locked them up, and it took all the energy out of us. Our faces turned white. We were stumbling on each other. But we knew how to get out through the back of the park, so he didn't catch us. Look at that excellent work. Thanks to Murray 38-inch riding mower. Some of these food workers think that I say no ice because it sounds good. No, that actually means no ice. And when I hand it back, they go, "Oh, you mean no ice?" Yeah, it's spelled the same way. No ice. Well, today, I just wasn't in the mood for any kind of resistance, and I just went with it. I hand it back about 50% of the time. Too worn out to worry about it. But no ice seems very clear to me. I don't know how it computes to them. It's 2 words, 5 letters. Look at that. Can you see that heat? I am rattled. More and more, I wake up and I just want silence. And I go to these yards. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to get through it. Put my sunglasses on. In and out. And you have these people that have all this pent-up energy that are waiting for me to show up. And they come down the driveway all smiles. And I'm in my truck pulling up saying, "Please, please leave me alone." And I can't even fake it. That's how it is right now. You get tired of it sometimes. But you gotta get out there and keep doing it.